The only way to dispel darkness is by introducing light, so I'm stopping by today to help introduce some light into your morning and to encourage you to do the same. It is important that we be the light that shines in the midst of this darkness. It's important that we be representatives of Christ so that his light can shine through us to those that are around us. They need to know about him. They need to hear that gospel message. They need to know that there is hope, even though things may not look great. The one that we serve is great, and he gives us hope in the midst of a world that seems as if it is hopeless. So take some time and let's introduce light into the social media atmosphere, into the darkness all around us. Today, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 14, and we're going to be focusing on verse 23. It says this, "And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone." Jesus has had some experiences here that are taxing. First of all, he's found out that John the Baptist has died. This is his cousin. He is related to him. He is family. Not only that, he is his forerunner in ministry. He is the one that was set to prepare the way for him. And he has been beheaded. He has been tried unrighteously, unjustly, and his life has been taken from him. The news of his beheading has been brought to Jesus, and Jesus attempted to get away, but the crowds followed him, and he had compassion on him, is what scripture says. So he began to minister to the crowds. If that were not enough in that ministry, he finds that there is a time in which the people need to eat, and Jesus, being God in the flesh, says, "Hey, let me provide for them." So he performs a miracle where he multiplies, he extends fishes and loaves. The people are so overwhelmed by this, they want to follow him, they want to make him their king. What he immediately does is he causes his disciples to get on a ship and go over to their next point of destination, their next port of destination. And he, as we read, sets himself apart, goes up on a mountain and prays. Why would Jesus go up on a mountain, separate himself and pray? Because he's not only is he as much flesh as we are, but without sin, but he is also the perfect model for us. Because the reality is that life can be taxing. There are things that pull on our emotions. There are things that pull on our hearts. There are things that pull on our mental faculty. There are things that pull on our strength. And if we are not careful, we will allow things to pull without putting anything in, and we will end up on empty. This model that Jesus, God in the flesh, sets for us is a model of restoration, a model that enables us to continue to go forward, a model of refiring. What he does is he separates and he begins to pray. When we separate from what's going on around us, when we separate from the stress in our lives, when we separate from the overwhelming conditions that are coming to us, and we find a place with God, we find that we are able to pull from a source of strength that is beyond ourselves. We can continue to do the work of God because we are able to be strengthened by God. Today, don't you dare attempt to carry the weight of what's going on in your life by yourself, but know that there is a source of strength that is beyond you. You just have to simply go and access it. The door is unlocked. You have the ability to obtain it. You just have to go put your hand on that handle and turn it. And the way that you do that is just as Jesus did. Separate yourself in prayer and let God begin to minister to you. Let him begin to talk to you. Let him begin to heal you. Let him begin to strengthen you. Let him give you a fresh perspective. Let him reinvigorate your passion and your desire for what it is that he is doing. We are not in this life alone. He came, he died, he was buried, he rose again because he wanted to actively give us what we needed to succeed. And it does not just have to do with things that we think are important or things that we think that are big enough for God to be involved with. He wants to be involved in our life every day and in every way. So find some time today to be with him so that he can be that source of strength that you so dearly need. Not because you're weaker than anybody else, but because you're human, just like everyone else. So take some time today, share a comment, post, repost, make your own post, do all of that. And let's introduce some light into the social media atmosphere. God bless you. I love you. Have a wonderful day.